And now we'll be talking about the plans of the APC. Now that they've won the election, what next? Well, there's been jubilation and celebration of the victory in the camp of the APC. And I have joining us now is Bashir Ajibola, is a commissioner for regional integration and special duties with Rauf Aregbesola. Thank you for joining us on Politics Today. Tell me, you guys must be very happy this time, and it's been a long stretch of days for you, having worked so hard. And how do you feel now that you have the victory?
Yes, true, we are happy, but we are also aggrieved as to the circumstances under which the election was conducted. We're happy because the people of the state of Osun, they love the style of governance of our governor, Mr. Rauf Aregbesola. They love the fact that he has come to play a very significant role in development of this state. This state used to be a backwater of development, is now in the front burner of issues and development in Nigeria. We also are happy because the people of the state of Osun, they stood by their mandate to ensure that their vote would definitely count, because the plans and the mischief that the presidency, working as the leadership of the PDP, had for our people was to create a situation of fait accompli on the Nigerian people.
What do you mean by, you just made a very strong allegations now about the presidency. That's the presidency.
Yes, I made the allegation, and I'm ready to even, I'll be taken anywhere, and I will have fact to be able to support it, that the presidency never wanted the vote of the people of Osun to count. And I will give you the fact. First and foremost, for the past 10 days, the state of Osun has been under siege. They first came in with 40 trucks into the town with masked men shooting guns all over the state. Secondly, too, since that time, they changed security apparatus of this state without informing, the government of this state. For God's sake, this state is a federating unit in Nigeria, where it's a sovereign, not even the courtesy on the governor of the state. Then when you also look at the circumstances under which the election was conducted, a night before the election, hoodlums acting as security operative, or whether studio operative, they were invading rack center where materials were kept. It happened in Osogbo, for instance, at Oke Okola area. Then also added to this was the harassment, intimidation, victimization of members and leadership of our party. And I'll give instances. The Attorney General of our state was arrested, Commissioner for Agric was arrested, no less than 200 of our leaders and supporters were arrested for no just cause, and they were released midway to the election, knowing fully well that the only purpose for which the presidency deployed the security operative was not to secure the election. It was, that's the truth. He is the commander-in-chief. He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The box top on this table. Well, that's the reality of that. Is that said,
I like to
say with the editorial policy.
I like to also respect the office of the president.
I respect the office, but as a citizen of Nigeria, as someone who swore to uphold the constitution of Nigeria as a commissioner, I am also duty bound to point it out when the system is not working very well. The presidency knew very well about the harassment and intimidation of our people. We cannot gloss over the fact because we won the election.
Just a moment. Did you make your grievances known when you noticed some of this?
Yes, we did. We wrote a petition to the National Security Advisor, who we know is the officer in charge of security in the presidency. We wrote to complain, one, of open statement by Iyolo Omishore at Ifetedo, where he publicly said he will tie down one of our members, Honorable Yunus Adebisi, that he will ensure that those who are not supportive of him will be arrested. Not only that we wrote, we also accomplished the letter with a video, with a CD of the audio recording of the statement. We also wrote to complain about Omishore going around with mass security operative. We wrote to complain of the manner in which Omishore was conducting his electoral campaign, blocking the road, creating hardship on the people, and even people getting killed during the course of the campaign. Nothing, absolutely nothing was done by the presidency. So when I say maybe this, I'm not saying it frivolously. I'm saying it with all sense of responsibility as someone who swore to uphold the constitution of Nigeria and to speak the truth without fear or favor.
All right, interesting. You talked about what you noticed about the issue of security, but a lot of people have praised the security operatives of how they conducted themselves. My guest just told me now that they were professional on the day of the election.
What is professional about arrest of 200 of APC supporters? It's not what is done at polling unit that goes to election. Democratic contest, let us contextualize my discussion, has to do with the free will of the people to choose who they like to lead them. In this contest now, key members and leadership of party were arrested on the eve of the election, and yet you are saying that the security acted professionally. What professionally? The Attorney General was arrested, Commissioner for Agri was arrested, chairman of our party were arrested, councillors were arrested. Did they charge them for any offence? Did they accuse of that?
Are these people still arrested? They
were now released shortly after the election. So the only purpose that they were arrested was to prevent them from mobilizing for the governor, from participating in the election, and from ensuring that their will is expressing the mandate. Even myself, I was practically placed under siege. The state of Osun was under siege by security operative for the election. That's what they did in the election.
All right, let's look at some other issues apart from security. Of course, you've won the election now. A big lesson from this very conduct, we want to make Nigerians understand the fact that as we go into 2015, what INEC has done, how would you assess the performance of INEC in this election?
I must say that in terms of its logistic development, in terms of their approach to the election, they have become much better. But the danger to democracy now appears not to be INEC, but in turning security apparatus to be a department in the PDP electioneering plan. And if you continue in this way, we are just sliding towards fascism. Fascism, when it leads to anarchy, myself, yourself, Sheung, and all of us will not be able to say what we are saying now. Okay. We will not be able to live our life.
Your candidate came out with some game plan in this election, and I'd like to ask you, how did you win this election? What was your strategy like?
Our strategy is to rely on the goodwill that Mr. Governor had built with the people of the state of Osun. When this government started, it was a state that was practically had been run down. We had to borrow money even to run administration. And then no industry, no infrastructure. So the context for this is not as if there is a specific strategy in terms of which is devoid of acceptance by the people. What have we done in the past 3.5 years here? We have transformed our educational system. Some charlatans were going around to say that the educational system has been bad. Yet we won the election. We beat them with more than 100,000 votes. Secondly,
that was a major dent on your electioneering campaign.
No, there was
the issue of your education policy.
Because they were lying. Parents, 250,000 students that were eating in these schools. Do they have parents? Would they not vote for continuity of the government? Secondly, too, these people predicated their own campaign.
So, sorry, just before you go on, so you mean that the people of Osun State, the policy on education is popular with the people of Osun State?
Very, very popular with the people of the state of Osun. Secondly,
even with those who are aggrieved that their schools have been scrapped,
and
the pride of my alma mater has been removed. That kind of pride.
Those people that talk about school being taken away, 1975, an edit was made in the western region, in Oyo State. It was that edit that took away all schools to become public school, not Rauf Aregbesola. But those schools that were talking about pride of their alma mater, those people, did they go to the alma mater and saw the decay that was there before Aregbesola came in? You saw a situation whereby less than 3% of students in our secondary school were matriculable. They will have improved on that situation. Go to those schools, even those schools that the Novi rich are paying millions of dollars, they cannot match Aregbesola school, and yet you say the school, we have professionalized education here. Then secondly too, in terms of road infrastructure, then in terms of social intervention, we employ engage 40,000 OES, we are paying relief allowance to the elderly, we are also engaging our people in other areas, microfinance.